My name's Jeb.
Hey, be a squid and subscribe to my mediocrity.
Konnichiwa, mi amigos. Today, we're doing a small list on BDO when it comes to things that I wish I had known whenever I fucking started this game, because if I had known this, I probably wouldn't be playing this shit at all. Let's be realistic, I wouldn't. But now I'm mentally, physically, and financially invested into this game, so I can't escape. Please send help. Jokes aside, I am making this video because it's mainly entertainment purposes. I don't think these are generally gonna help you at all, I gotta be honest. These are like fairly obvious things that I should have known, but I didn't because, you know, mental retardation. I feel like I should cut that, but if I do, I'm a pussy about it. I really don't. I don't know how to go about that. Jokes aside, let's just get into this list. Don't expect it to help you though. I'm gonna set that tone right now. First thing I wish I had known whenever I started BDO is about the accuracy and XP penalty whenever you go to an area above your pay grade, aka levels. This is something that I recently discovered as of like last week or 3 days ago or yesterday or maybe 5 minutes ago. You'll never know. I'm not gonna tell you because then the longer it is, the better I look, but you get the point. It's stupid. It really is stupid. I actually didn't know about this because from whenever I started on PC, there was a person that had already, you know, was like, hey, go ahead and just go to this spot with me and we can just level up. And I went with him and yeah, I leveled up super quick. It wasn't that big of a deal. So whenever I got all this tech gear and all this other try stuff and whatnot, I'm like, oh, I'm fucking invincible. I can go wherever the hell I want. Wrong. No, you can't. Whenever you go to an area that's, let's say, above 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 levels above you, you actually have an accuracy penalty where you actually can't hit anything, which fucking sucks dick. I don't really know why this kind of is a setup because it feels like you're so powerful whenever you have all this gear. Like, what's the purpose of handing you this amazing gear whenever you can't even use it in a spot where that makes sense? And I'm pretty sure there's an XP debuff as well, as to where you don't get as much XP or you don't get any at all whenever they're in a purple like health bar sort of situation, so you have to be careful of that. Either way, it sucks. I didn't know about that and I learned my lesson. Haha. Second thing I wish I had known whenever I started BDO was the whole marathon is not a race, or what. I really just can't believe I have the script in front of me. It's right fucking there. You can see this shit in my glasses. It's right there and I still fucked it up. The whole marathon, not a race situation. This gets said millions of times throughout any kind of BDO content creator. Everyone will tell you this game is a marathon, not a race. Even though if you don't watch content on BDO and you're just starting out, you're like, hey, I'm gonna go into this blind and just see what it's about, and you have zero idea that it's not a marathon or that it's not a race and it is. Shut the fuck up right now, all right? I don't know who I'm telling us to shut the fuck up. Am I telling myself to shut up? Am I telling you to shut the Everyone shut the hell up. My point to this entire secondary thing here is that whenever you start the game, it feels like a race because everything is super fast. You're gaining levels incredibly fast. You got all these EXP buffs. You got all this crazy shit. They set you up for failure in the long run because you think it's just a race. Like, I've got to level 10 in like 5 minutes. I can wear gear whenever the fuck I feel like it. I could throw my crazy awesome gear on my lower level character and still be fine. And the truth of the matter is, that is completely fucking wrong because it's a race up until you hit level 50, then it becomes that long ass 50,000 miles across the whole United States situation where you're never gonna get there until you spend about fucking goddamn 3 million years trying to get this gear. So whenever you start BDO, it feels like a race. It definitely feels like you just need to rush to the top and just get there so that way you can PvP and compete with everybody, but then you're gonna get slapped in the face with the whole gear wall, the pay wall, the progression wall, so on, and you're going to feel the pressure and how it's not going to be as fast as it started whenever you were level 1 and now you're level 56 trying to get to 57, and one level takes you 6 months. Third thing I wish I had known pretty much from the start, the middle, and up until now, I really wish I had known this. How life skills are super important. It is only recently I have started to dabble in life skills. I've only been going at it for probably around maybe a month now, and I've been playing this game for legitimately a few years now, and I've only just as recent as last month gotten into life skills. I'm not the type of person to really give a shit about farming. I'm not the type of person to give a shit about skinning, mining, any of that sort of situation. Every MMO I play, I'm all about just PvP. I'm all about just, you know, grinding for that hot new gear, all that other stuff. That's typically what I'm about. But BDO is kind of in that realm of silver is fucking everything, and you really just have to be about that life. You have to be about the hustle. You have to be about making that paper stacks, if you know what I'm saying. And this is something that just hit me recently because I've been trying to upgrade my gear to 10. I've been trying to just get at this whole good at PvP situation, trying to join the upper echelon players so that way I can at least have a bit more fun with BDO and add some extra content such as PvP to this channel. And yeah, I'm kind of getting stonewalled here because there's so much stuff that you really need in order to get up to that TET pen level, and money is a king pretty much, and if you don't have it, well then you're fucking gonna get nothing and you're just gonna sit at like 120 AP for a goddamn year. You may hate it, you may not be a super fan of it, but life skilling adds so much extra money to your fucking just wallet, and I highly suggest you get involved in it. I've got a few guides talking about fishing, processing, and setting up a worker empire just to kind of make sure you can do it for the most part AFK and less effort, so I recommend you check those out. But for the most part, definitely at least get into fishing because that's like 10 to 15 mil a night, and that adds up over a course of, you know, a week. That's 70 mil a week, so that's a lot of fucking money just off of basically being AFK. Fourth thing I wish I had known was about guilds and hanging out with friends and how profitable that can be. I said that as if like it's profitable, like you're running a sex trafficking ring with your friends, but I assure you that's not what I mean. Remember back in the day in WoW, whenever people would run like Goldshire strip clubs? Man, can I get those days back? I want to run that shit again. The reason this is a super important thing is because you can do a lot of group activities, not to mention guarantee or somewhat guarantee your safety in certain areas. The more people you have, the harder it is to fight you off of their spot. So it's one of those situations where you can profit and benefit your friends as well as yourself depending on what you're doing. For example, recently I've been grinding Schultz Sozens or whatever the hell it's called for XP for my Musa, and I've been running into some PvP there a little bit. I've been killed a couple times, I've killed a couple people there. It's been a kind of a just overall contested spot for the past couple weeks, and it's been a struggle. And for the most part, having extra people there definitely helps because, you know, even if your friends aren't necessarily the best players in the world or the most geared, they at least can help CC or just add extra damage overall. Not to mention, you can do these things called boss scrolls, which is where if you combine relic shards or forbidden books as well as scrolls written in an ancient language, you can turn each of these things into a boss scroll, which you and your friends can do together. And if you have all a bunch of scrolls, you turn a huge, and I mean a legitimately huge profit off of these scrolls. And this is probably the best and easiest way to make money. It's a bit janky to do from time to time because sometimes you're going to have to buy things off the marketplace and figure out whether it's worth or not. But if you can get it just right, you can turn like a 50 to 100 million profit within a day. It's pretty nuts. Fifth thing I wish I had known was about the BDO pay-to-win aspects. I'm very well aware that this is a hot topic and people like to argue the point where it's about, oh, it's not pay to win, it's pay for convenience. And my argument to that is, yeah, you're paying to conveniently win the game. Same shit, same fucking nonsense. It's basically two sides of the same coin. You can argue with me all you want, but I have a channel with 12,000 subscribers. I'm sorry, you're just fucking wrong. Someone's gonna take a severe offense to that and is going to leave a shitty comment. I'm predicting it now, but it was a joke. Relax. The reason I bring this up was because I did not know that weight limits, inventory slots, value pack buffs, Kama Silva buffs, just temp buffs in general, these all help immensely in order to progress you forward. It may not seem like a necessity, but whenever you've had them for such a long time like myself, it almost feels goddamn essential. This is where things to me feel a bit shady and suspect, just because this game you have to outright buy it yourself, and on top of that, it's kind of a subscription base as well. So it's not like, you know, the three business models where it's like you got, you know, free to play, you've got subscription base, and then you've got buy to play. Typically you're one of those three. BDO is two of them in one, which is not really that great of a business model, but they're making so much money that what do I know? I'm not a business major. We're getting a little off topic here. So the point being is that inventory space as well as weight limits, these are probably the most important. If you can at least max these out, you're going to make a lot of money. But this also kind of ties into the value pack, because the value pack alleviates a little bit of the marketplace tax whenever you sell stuff on there. So for example, if you want to do those boss scrolls, they end up dropping these things called memory fragments, which you can sell on the marketplace for about 1 million whenever the marketplace goes back to normal. But if you don't have the value pack, unfortunately, you're going to be losing out on like 30% or something of that tax. So yeah, you're going to not make nearly as much money as you would think you are, so the value pack kind of feels essential if you're trying to work the market and sell stuff on there. I'm very well aware that there are certain players out there that can work the market so well and understand the game in such a way to where they don't feel like they need the value pack, but to a normal person that is just trying to play this game for fun and not trying to get so in depth with understanding, you know, charts and all this other garbage, you have to realize that is not a fucking good thing. And as I said before, I'm not saying you need the value pack by any degree. There are players that can help you understand how to work around the value pack in that sort of situation, but just for me personally, I've had it for so long that it's like fucking $10 out of my pocket monthly or whatever, so it's fine, I don't give a shit. Anyway, those are some things that I wish I had known whenever I started BDO. I am sincerely sorry that this video probably didn't fucking help you at all, but that's gonna be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.